Rowan collapsed. He knew he was powerless. He came to Oris Hill to find his younger son's tormentor, but instead he ended up getting his older son's legs broken in the process. Isaac's men walked over in just a few steps, grabbed his right leg, and started pummeling it with their fists. Rowan felt a blinding pain in his knee, so intense it almost made him pass out. He gritted his teeth, trying to hold back a scream, but the searing pain was too much. He only lasted for less than 10 seconds before letting out a gut-wrenching cry. Isaac watched it all happen with cold detachment, then snorted with contempt. "The Wells family," he spat. "Who the hell do you think you are, causing trouble on Wade family territory? Consider this a little punishment. If you ever dare to mess with the Wade family again, the Wade family will destroy your family, starting with the Wells mansion." Isaac's words were loud and clear. The threat was terrifying, especially the promise to destroy his family. The words were so frightening that Rowan started twitching uncontrollably. What happened? What in the world happened here? Why was the Wade family targeting him like this? He would have gladly kissed the ground the Wade family walked on if he'd ever gotten the chance. So why did they hate him so much? Why would they punish him so severely? He couldn't figure it out. He just couldn't wrap his head around it. The only explanation he could come up with was Kian and the guards who started that fight at the Oris Grand. It seemed the Wade family's authority was absolute. They wouldn't tolerate any disrespect, not even something as small as causing a scene on their property and roughing up a few of their low-level employees. Even for that, the Wade family would demand a heavy price. Rowan was consumed by a blinding hatred for that damn Kian. It was all his fault. That man had ruined everything, dragging Rowan and his son down with him. Right then, he wanted nothing more than to rush over and choke Kian to death with his bare hands. He was overcome with a murderous rage. He knew he couldn't kill anyone on Isaac's turf, but he had already made up his mind. The second he was out of the Oris Grand, he'd call his family, get some of their best men, and have them kill Kian and his 4 buddies. He'd leave them for dead. Just then, Isaac said coldly, "I'm giving you 10 minutes to get out of the Oris Grand. If you're still here after 10 minutes, I'll have your other legs broken too." Rowan trembled, his voice filled with fear. "Mr. Isaac, we're leaving right now. We're going." After he spoke, he rushed to his son's side. With tears in his eyes, he reached out to help Bradley up and comforted him. "Son, let's go back. Dad will find the best orthopedic surgeon to fix your leg." Bradley was a crying mess. With his father's help, he struggled to his feet, sobbing. "Dad, can my leg be fixed?" "Yes, of course it can be," Rowan said, though he knew the truth. The knee was completely shattered. There was almost no chance of it ever healing properly. Even with a full knee replacement, there would be serious long-term complications. It would be impossible for him to ever walk like a normal person again. But he couldn't tell his son that. He was still so young after all. So, not daring to waste time packing, Rowan helped his son up. They supported each other as they limped toward the door of the presidential suite. Just then, Isaac suddenly smiled and said, "Hold on a second." Rowan was shaking all over. He turned around and asked nervously, "Mr. Isaac, what is it you want to say?" Isaac pointed to Kian and the 4 other men lying on the ground and said coldly, "You two, drag these 5 losers out of here. Don't dirty up my Oris Grand." Rowan was so furious that he felt like he was going to be sick. After a moment, he pulled himself together and blurted out, "Mr. Isaac, these 5 men have nothing to do with the Wells family anymore. You can do whatever you want with them. Kill them, beat them, it's all up to you," Isaac said coldly. "Did you forget what I just told you? These 5 men have artwork on their foreheads. You're going to take them back to the Wells home, take care of them, and make sure they live well, and you absolutely cannot let them die. Let alone remove the artwork from their foreheads, understand?" Rowan looked at Kian and the 4 other men with pure hatred. Every word carved on their foreheads was like a knife twisting in his heart. Now Isaac was actually telling him to take these 5 people home and serve them? This was beyond humiliating. But he didn't dare show any anger. He had no choice but to swallow his pride and accept it. It seemed the only thing to do was to play along for now. Take these 5 people back to Savannah and then make them disappear. Just as he was thinking this, Isaac spoke again. "Oh, and I forgot to remind you. You're to take these 5 people home and take good care of them. And every so often, you will fly them to Oris Hill on a private jet for my inspection. If one of them dies, I'll take one of your sons. If 2 of them die, I'll take both of your sons. If 3 of them die, your life is mine." Roman's body shook violently with rage. This was just twisting the knife. What the hell did Isaac have against the Wells family? Why did he want to humiliate him in such a sick, twisted way? But how could he dare say a single word to Isaac? All he could do was choke back his tears and nod. "Mr. Isaac, whatever you say, I'll do it." Isaac was satisfied and said coldly, "All right, you 2. Get them on your backs and get out." Roman begged, "Mr. Isaac, my leg is broken, and so is my son's. He also broke his hand earlier today. How can we possibly carry these 5 people on our backs? Please, have mercy on us, or at least have some of your men help us carry them out." Isaac asked coldly, "If you don't carry them, you're not leaving. I'll just break your hands and feet too. Then all 7 of you can lie here together and wait for the Wells family to come get you."
Bradley suddenly collapsed and cried out,
"Mr. Isaac, what did we do to make you so angry? Please, don't torture me and my dad like this. I'll get on my knees and beg you."
With that, Bradley, despite his broken leg, struggled to his knees and started bowing his head to the floor, using his one good hand for support. He was terrified. What the hell kind of luxury hotel was the Oris Grand? This was purgatory on Earth. All he wanted was to escape, to get back to his own home, where he could lock himself away and lick his wounds in private. What happened today was so humiliating, he wouldn't want to show his face in public for years. Isaac wasn't moved by the display of bowing and scraping. He said coldly, "Look, I've already told you. Either the 2 of you carry them out, or you'll end up just like them. There are only 2 ways this goes. You choose." Roman quickly and humbly pleaded, "Please don't be angry. We'll get them out. We'll get all of them out. Even if we have to crawl, we'll drag all 5 of them out of here." With Roman having completely surrendered, the injured and limping father and son had no choice but to swallow their pride. They tried their best to carry Kian and the others out of the Oris Grand. However, both of them were already disabled. Bradley was in even worse shape, with a broken arm and leg. Carrying the 5 unconscious men was an incredibly difficult task. The father and son started by dragging Kian out. Every single step was a struggle, leaving them gasping for air. Not only were they exhausted, but the pain in Roman's broken leg was agonizing. Still, neither of them dared to cry out. They could only grit their teeth and keep going. Isaac folded his arms, watching them like it was a show. He observed the father and son use every last bit of their strength to drag the 5 men, one by one, out to the plaza in front of the Oris Grand, like they were hauling sacks of garbage. Roman collapsed onto the pavement, completely drained, and raised a hand to wipe the sweat from his face. Then he looked up at Isaac. "Mr. Charlie, are you satisfied now?" Isaac nodded and said coldly, "You took too long. I gave you 10 minutes. What happened? It took you a whole hour." "I'm so sorry," Roman said, his voice filled with humiliation. "My leg. It's not easy to move around. I apologize for wasting your valuable time." Isaac snorted. "You'd better be." Then his voice grew sharp. "This plaza out front is also Oris Grand property. Get your people to come pick you up, now. If I come back out and you're still here, I'll break your other leg." After Isaac finished speaking, he turned and walked away, leaving the father and son feeling utterly hopeless. Bradley started to cry and asked his father, "Dad, what are we going to do? I want to go back home. I don't want to stay in Oris Hill for one more second." Roman gritted his teeth. "I'm calling your grandfather right now. I'll have him send a helicopter to take us back." The truth was, Oris Hill had completely crushed Roman's spirit. At this point, all he wanted was to get back home and have his leg treated. So, Roman immediately called his father. On the phone, he complained to his father about everything that had happened. After hearing the story, old Mr. Wells was enraged. The Wade family is going too far. Both his son and grandson had their legs broken, so of course Mr. Wells was furious. But after his anger passed, he sighed and said, "Hold on. I'll call a private charter company in Oris Hill and get a helicopter to pick you guys up." Roman knew that even if his father was at full strength, there was nothing he could do. After all, the Wells family was like ants compared to the Wade family. They had no power to fight back. A few minutes later, the old master called and told Roman, "I found a helicopter. It'll be there to pick you up in 15 minutes. "That's great," Roman choked out, his voice thick with emotion. He'd never been so humiliated in his entire life. He felt like a little kid who'd been bullied, just wanting to go home as fast as possible.
After hanging up, he told Bradley, "Your grandpa arranged for a helicopter. It'll be here in 15 minutes. When Bradley heard this, he burst into tears of relief. Roman hugged him, and the father and son cried together. The 5 men with Kian, lying on the ground, had mixed feelings. They were heartbroken because they were completely crippled and might never walk again. But at the same time, they were also incredibly lucky. Luckily, Isaac had stepped in and ordered the Wells family to take care of them and to bring them for regular check-ins with him. This meant they wouldn't face retaliation from the Wells family, and they wouldn't be killed. In fact, the Wells family would have to support them. When they thought about it that way, at least their future was secure. Otherwise, knowing Roman's personality, he would have killed them on the spot.
Just then, Rowan, who was staying at his father Roman's house, suddenly gave him a call. He had just finished his meal and was finally coherent again. Ignoring the foul taste in his mouth, he rushed to call his dad Roman. Roman was surprised to get a call from his younger son. After all, Rowan had been in a really dark place lately. Every time he finished one of his episodes, he just wanted to die. He was completely withdrawn, refusing to see or talk to anyone. So why was he calling now? Could he have heard what happened to his older brother and was calling to check on me? The thought brought Roman a small bit of comfort. But when he picked up, he heard Rowan's frantic voice. "Dad, something terrible happened. Grandpa just had a heart attack." "What?" Roman blurted out. "What are you talking about? I was just on the phone with him and he sounded totally fine." Rowan said, "A little while ago, one of Grandpa's friends called and told him to watch a video on social media. I pulled it up for him and he had a heart attack right after he saw it. The medical team here at the house is working on him now. Luckily, they said his life isn't in danger." "A social media video? What video?" Roman asked. "What in the world was the old master watching? Did he get scared by some horror clip or something?" "No," Rowan blurted out. "It was a video of a father and son with words carved on their foreheads. They posted a stand-up comedy routine on social media." "Stand-up comedy?" Roman was even more confused. Then he suddenly asked, "Wait, what did you just say? Words on their foreheads?" "Yeah," Rowan said quickly. "They introduced themselves. One was named Finian Harrison and the other was Gage Harrison." Roman was stunned. What happened to that father and son? That's right. He'd been so preoccupied with Kian and the others being crippled, their foreheads, that he had completely forgotten about Finian Harrison and his son. Where had those two even gone? And now they're doing stand-up comedy? So Roman asked in amazement, what kind of stand-up comedy were those two doing? How could it give Grandpa a heart attack? Rowan said, he probably only saw a little of it. Their whole stand-up routine is just trashing our family, and it's really vicious. They don't just make fun of me for that whole eating incident, they also rip on you and my brother, and my mom and Grandpa. Oh, damn it! Roman was furious and yelled, "Those two have some serious nerve! How dare they make fun of the Wells family?" Then, he immediately turned to Bradley and said, "Quick, open up social media and search for Finian and Gage Harrison's stand-up video." Bradley was really surprised. He had no idea why his dad suddenly wanted to watch something on social media, let alone why Finian and Gage Harrison would be doing stand-up comedy on there. But he did as he was told. He pulled out his phone, opened the social media app, and searched for Finian Harrison and Gage Harrison. A video popped up right away that had over 1 million likes. He clicked on it without thinking,
and the voices of Finian and Gage Harrison filled the room. Roman rushed over to listen too. As they listened, the expressions on both the father and son's faces grew uglier and uglier. Halfway through the video, Roman was filled with so much hate that he wanted to grab a knife and cut Finian and Gage Harrison 1,000 times himself. No, even 1,000 cuts wouldn't be enough to satisfy the hatred in his heart. It wasn't just Roman Wells who was furious. Bradley was livid too. That stand-up comedy routine by Finian and Gage had completely dragged the entire Wells family through the mud. And after all that humiliation, it was like the father and son just spat in their faces. That was what made it completely unbearable. The comedy routine was posted on social media, and it went viral all over the internet. Since the Wells family was a powerful one, they had a certain reputation to uphold nationally. So this routine, which openly mocked, ridiculed, and insulted them, just blew up online. On one hand, people online were curious. Who were these two guys, daring to insult the Wells family like that? Did they have a death wish? On the other hand, people love watching this kind of drama involving a rich and powerful family. So everyone started watching the video, and it just exploded in popularity. Now, the entire internet was buzzing with this stand-up routine. Countless people reposted, liked, and commented on it, even sharing it across social media. The video was everywhere. Roman was trembling with rage. He immediately grabbed his cell phone and called his local underground contact in Savannah. As soon as the call connected, he growled, I want Finian and Gage Harrison dead. Today. I want it done tonight. The person on the other end was surprised and asked, Mr. Wells, is this about that video on social media? Cut the crap! When Roman heard him mention the social media video, he knew just how far it had spread. He yelled, Find them both tonight! Kill them both, and I'll give you $20 million. If you can't find them or kill them, I'll kill you myself. Okay, Mr. Wells, I'll take 10 cars to Oris Hill overnight. I'll find them as fast as I can, kill them both, and settle this score for you. But Roman had no idea. At that very moment, Finian's family was already on the highway, driving through the night and speeding all the way to Eastcliff. After making the arrangements to have Finian and his son killed, Roman immediately called a friend. The moment his friend picked up, he asked, Did you see that video on social media? I saw it. The other party couldn't help but ask, Roman, who are these guys? How dare they come after you like this? Roman said coldly, Don't worry about it. I've already sent someone to kill them. I'm calling to ask you for a favor. Name it. Roman said, I've got $30 million. Get me in touch with a PR firm and the operations team at the social media company. I need you to get this video deleted. Better yet, scrub it from the whole internet so it stops spreading. These days, celebrities and big-shot entrepreneurs all have crisis PR teams on standby. As soon as a bad video hits the internet, they can throw a ton of money at the problem to get it removed from search results and news sites. So that's exactly what Roman was thinking. Spend whatever it takes to make all the videos disappear. Once they're gone, the video can't be shared anymore, and after a little while, people online will just forget about it. Or some other scandal will pop up and everyone's attention will shift to that, taking the heat off him. The person on the other end thought for a moment and said, this thing has gotten way too big. If you want to shut it down completely, $30 million isn't going to be enough. Roman shot back, Fine, name your price. How much will it take to make it go away? The guy hesitated for a moment, then said, Look, I'm not going to say 100 million, and I won't say 50 million. Give me 70 million, and I guarantee I can get that video permanently deleted from the social media platform. Done, Roman blurted out. I'll have my people wire the money right now. A few moments later, Roman had his finance department transfer $70 million to the other company. While Roman Wells was waiting for his helicopter, the video was deleted from the social media site. Meanwhile, Charlie was in the kitchen cooking, watching the view count and likes on the video skyrocket. Gage Harrison's phone was right in front of him, and his social media account was blowing up. Charlie was loving the dark humor of it all. He felt it was the perfect, brutal punishment for the Wells family. But just as the likes shot past 1.5 million, his account suddenly flashed a FixTube notification. Your account has been permanently banned for posting illegal content. Charlie's brow furrowed. What the hell? A permanent ban? He quickly pulled out his phone and searched for the stand-up comedy routine by Finian and his son, only to find it had been completely scrubbed from the platform. He instantly realized it had to be Rowan. He must have paid a fortune for some crisis PR to get it taken down. Damn it! Charlie hadn't expected Rowan to pull a move like that to stop the video from going viral.